Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Echo Room. Thank you for being here. My name is Isaac, if we haven't met before, which there's a lot of you that I haven't met before, and that's very cool to me. I just want to start out by saying thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting music and the arts and local people that do those things. That's really exciting to me. We have a really great show planned for you this evening. And something like the Echo Room doesn't work without, people that want to come see it. So, big thank you to each of you for being here. A few things on that note. The Echo Room, if you are still confused about what it is, it's a listening environment. I had the idea. I was like, I know all these people that write songs. I would love to get, all of them together to play songs for each other. And originally I was just going to cram some people in my living room and get all the couches out. And I was like, I could probably fit 20 people in there. And then pretty quickly it grew into something much bigger than my living room. And here we are, which is super exciting to me. On that note, it is a listening environment. So if you have one of these things, they're super helpful. They're also very noisy sometimes. So if you don't mind maybe pulling it out and making sure it's not going to make any fun sounds throughout the evening, that would be great. You don't have to turn it off. I know life still goes on, and people use it for their camera all the time, and you're actually encouraged to do that this evening if you want to. Sorry, I got to consult my notes because I forget things whenever I'm under pressure. There is coffee in this kind of glass room back here, and everybody's welcome to it. There are also, through that back arch, kind of all the way back, there are bathrooms. So if you, hear the call of nature at some point, that's where to go. Yes. Before I introduce the first artist for this evening, I did want to go ahead and mention that the Echo Room is not affiliated with any sort of religion, but you may hear themes of faith or eternity or God throughout the evening. You also might hear the opposite end of that coin, opposite side of that coin. You may hear people searching or questioning. You may hear themes of deconstruction, which is a huge buzzword. And I just want to say that at the Echo Room, we welcome all of those things because the Echo Room, more than anything else, is about sharing the experience of being people that inhabit bodies at this moment in human history, at this place in the world. So I just wanted to go ahead and say that. And if at some point you hear the thing that's offensive, I invite you to just remind yourself that if you had lived that person's life, had all their experiences, felt all their feelings, you might possibly arrive at the same conclusions. And in that way, I do hope that tonight is a thing that brings people together and creates community. So with all of that out of the way, one more quick note. I'm going to forget about it, and y'all are going to go, what's this paper in my hand for? Yes, when you came in the door, you may have received some tiny little pieces of paper that say the Echo Room and today's date on it, and those were intentional. Actually, this guy right here was telling me a story about playing a show at Eddie's Attic, and at the end of that show, somebody, came up to him and handed him a little note on a napkin that just said, I don't know what it said.
I don't either.
Well, but he said, even though I don't remember what the words were, I remember how encouraging it was to receive that note. And I think you even said it lived in your guitar case for a long time, which
I still have it.
Yeah, I'd love to see that if you do.
I'll try to find it.
All right.
I showed up without my case.
All that to say, there are, I believe, 5 songwriters this evening, and if at some point, something affects you in some kind of way and you want to write a little bit of encouragement to that person, by all means, use those pieces of paper. If you didn't get any, I think there's probably still some at the ticket table. So, yeah, it's not required, but it is cool. You know, people need each other, and people need a little encouragement sometimes. So that's what the paper's about. And with all of that being said, I am going to introduce John Garrett. One of my favorite qualities whenever I encounter it in a human being is whenever somebody like doesn't know how to think. I don't know how to do that. You know, like maybe you get a wild hair and you're like, I want to skydive or I want to build a car. And then I would have that thought and I'd be like, I don't know how to do that. And that would be as far as that thing goes. John is the type of person that doesn't know how to think that, which I think is really cool, actually.
Impulsive.
Call it what you want.
Impulsive.
I bring that up, though. I think that, like, mindset is kind of indicative of you as a songwriter, man, that, like, whenever I first talked to John, he had written songs for, like, 3 weeks, and now we're at, what, maybe 3 months?
Yeah.
Which is pretty cool.
2 of these I wrote Sunday, and they're still a work
Yeah.
in progress. So y'all are like I want instant feedback.
Yeah.
That's what the cards are for.
But I don't know, man. I just think that's really inspiring, and like, whenever I see that, it makes me want to live that same way. So, you know, thank you for being how you are.
Thank you.
And I'm going to turn it over to you, and John's going to tell us some stories and sing us some songs.
I'm not going to talk very much. I know y'all just came to listen to songs, but this first one is called Map Our Life. And I guess I'll just pose a question. You know, do you think that you are in control of your life, or do you think life just happens to you? And I'm just going to play the song. I think that we can make it on our own if we keep on going. Look behind us, no one's there. And something I've learned, the road less traveled seems to be the one. It's gonna take us where we need. Know the path, it may be dark. Don't you worry, I'll be there. And there's a boat in the harbor I think that we could charter off to better shores abroad. There's a hole in the hull, and we start sinking soon as we're far. Oh, we've got to learn to bail. My plans, they may change. Oh, one thing stays the same. I'll be by your side for the whole ride. We'll map our life, and we will decide go, and our love will grow. Many years down this road, riddled with pain and sorrow, we'll look back and smile. Did y'all come up with an answer? Do you think you're in control of your life, or like does it just happen to you? In control. I don't know. That was the whole concept of that song. I mean, if you picked up on it, like mapping your life, you know, I think a lot of people, they kind of go through the world and, you know, it just happens to you, or it's just happening to me. They don't realize, you have complete control in what you do every single day. I mean, yeah, there's things outside that circle of control that, you know, I can't control somebody else, but yeah, that was basically the whole concept behind that song. The next one, I just titled it "Circled the Wagons." I couldn't come up with a title, but I say that line somewhere in the song, so, and I like the way it sounds. But again, I'm just going to play it. Isaac, I didn't have a lot prepared to talk about tonight, but I'm just jumping in. I've observed a man with fire on his tongue, leading all those who'd rather be undone. Tragedy of man that he thinks himself right. Oh, and nothing said can ever divert his sight. We're all locked in tiny glowing screens, alterations to our brain, but you're screaming you're insane. Who's manufactured this great divide? I doubt they care what group you align. Circle the wagons, boys, and put all your favorite toys smack dab in the middle, and when the dust settles, we'll point and judge you for what you hold so dear. But have you polished all your idols to make you seem so clear? Oh, love, where have you gone? Gather, gather, listen to all this talk. So much importance placed to the face that's on the wall. Don't chop at their foundation, they'll quickly write you off. I'm better left alone with a mind than in the sea of the unkind. Love, where have you gone? Thank you. This next one was inspired by my 2-year-old. She has brown eyes. You'll find that out from the first line of the song. I don't know. I wrote this one pretty quick, but I titled it "Breathe." I think, sometimes you can sit down and it'll just come to you pretty quick. I think I wrote this in like maybe 10 minutes, but so it's kind of it's a cheesy, endearing love song for my daughter. Call it "Breathe." See those small brown eyes looking at me. The whole world's a great big mystery. I wonder what you'll find. I wonder what you'll see. I'll be right here waiting for you to tell me all that you have found in your life. I'm just trying to learn along with you. I'm gonna make mistakes. I'm gonna let you down. Know that I'll always be around. Many years down this road we'll talk. May sit on the porch and just rock. I'll probably apologize for something I realize. The damage has been done. Oh, hindsight. come up with things I can't even play. All right, Catherine, are you up for this? Where are you at? There she is. This is my sister, Catherine. Were any of y'all at the last Echo Room when she played? Isaac? Isaac was here? Let me just tell you, Catherine is amazing. She's amazing. So next time she plays at the Echo Room, you all need to make sure that you buy tickets and come. So this is us. This song, I am not good with this song. Okay, this is a live practice. Y'all get to witness. And we practiced 30 minutes ago. So this is us just having fun, and I want some instant feedback on the cards. This is one of the fresh songs. It's called Fair Weather Friends. You don't want those in your life. I have been a fair weather friend. I wrote this song. The thought of I have had some people in my life that were fair weather friends. Just somebody who's things get tough and they disappear. They're not in it with you. But I have also been that person to other people as well. It's good if you can find, just one. If you can just find one person in your life that will get down in the pit with you. Doesn't matter what you're going through. They just sit with you. And a lot of times, you don't have to, they don't have to talk. You just know like they're there with you through the ugliness of it. Help you and see you on the other side. And thankfully, I have somebody like that. But that's what inspired it. So. I don't know when I let you in. All these words you throw at me, I don't see. When I asked you to lay them all on me, to give me your advice, I think twice. Fair weather friend, where are you now? Fair weather friend, where do you go? When times get tough, where are those faces? With mouths that used to talk to fair weather friend, where are you now? Fair weather friend, where do you go? I've got something I need to say. It's all in the way
All the things that you used to say, no, I can't seem to find my mind now. It's all on the line now. You worked your hands inside my skull, pointed my eyes, said, look over here, not over there, no. And I'm left spinning, you're still grinning, no. You've been spared since you offloaded all of that weight you couldn't carry. Said, hold out your hand, this is for you. Please don't ask me what to do. Oh, I'm off for two, off and blue. Fair weather friend, where are you now? Fair weather friend, where do you go? Just find you that one who'll stand like stone. I am so glad that I found you.
Thank you. Thank you, Catherine. And thank you again,
Yeah.
Isaac.
Well, thank you, John. Thank you for writing. The next artist is a dear friend of mine. His name is Tyler Campbell. And Tyler, how long has it been since you've played in front of people? Any gig at all?
4 years since church, 11 years since non-church.
Got you. Okay, I'll talk about you until you get back. There's a sneaky way of not being in the room when someone says how great you are. But on a real note, Tyler's one of those people that doesn't do something good enough. I do things good enough all the time. You know, I'm sweeping the floor, it's probably good enough. Or I don't know, if things function, I'm happy with it. And Tyler's the kind of person that is gonna do it as good as it can be, which is actually something that's super encouraging and inspiring to see as well. If you ever get the pleasure of eating food at his house, I can guarantee it's gonna be the best food you've had. Yeah. He cooks the best rare steak. But I just want to say that that is also a theme that I've noticed in your songwriting too. That I write to process things, and I write when the song's done, it's good enough. And that's just something I've appreciated about you. That you keep revisiting and you keep asking how can this be better, or how can it say what I want to say more clearly or more accurately. So yeah, dude, thanks for doing things. 211.
Thank you.
It's pretty cool. So y'all give it up for Tyler.
I'm going to tune first, so I'm sorry. We just got to make sure we're in a good spot here. I'm going to pull a card where I talk about a song after I write it, and then I'll kind of sandwich, I guess, talking about, between the next to last and last song. I'm going to let the song kind of talk for itself. Come on. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound. That's how it's supposed to work. Amazing grace, that's not what I found in the great American church. See, I gave years of my life, blood, sweat, tears, to try to put some butts in those seats. I didn't know that I was funding my pastor's other life. Man, he made a fool out of me. So let's get on up, let's go outside. Those heathens are human, just like you and I. Oh, let's be kind, let's do good things. Life's about each other, not just dusty gray buildings. Say hello, tip your server well. But if you don't, I won't go condemning you to hell. Let's get on up, let's go outside. Come on, let's go outside. See, they got big plans for you, for your money, your kids too. So keep one eye open when you sleep. I know it comes as a surprise, but it's another subtle lie to keep the wolves inside with the sheep. So let's get on up, let's go outside. Those heathens are people just like you and I. Let's be kind, come on, do good things. Life's about each other, not some modern gray buildings. Let's say hello, tip your server well. But if you don't, I won't be condemning you to hell. Let's get on up, let's go outside. So come on, let's go outside. Now look deeper than you'd like. Look inward at your heart. Does God like bombing people, leaving them to starve? Well, but they are bad, and we are great. God put oil in their land, so it's ours, no mistake. I can't buy that. That's not the God I know. That's a snake oil salesman putting on a 5-cent circus show. And maybe I'm wrong, maybe you're all right. Maybe ask God what he'd do if he were here tonight. I think he'd get on up, he'd go outside. Those immigrants are people just like you and I. He'd be kind, oh, he'd do good things. You know, Jesus Christ himself trashed those dusty church buildings. He'd say hello, tip his server well. But if you don't, he wouldn't go condemning you to hell. He'd get on up, I think he'd go outside. So come on, let's go outside. I took a real risk with that one. That song is no reflection of my parents. They are wonderful people, truly. I mean that. I was a worship leader for about 15 years. So I've kind of seen some of the system that might go into it, and it comes with a cost, kind of, to be in that system for that long. And it might have made me a little jaded. But hopefully, as I find my next song, there we go. Hopefully, if it offended you, you can at least laugh at it a little bit. And if you have any questions, you can come ask me after the gig. I appreciate y'all coming out. Thank you so much. I'm going to go ahead and get into my next tune, if I can find it. My goodness. We're going to do this one from memory. We're not going to do this one from memory. I want to make sure, guys. This is my first time playing a gig in a long time outside of a church, especially like my own music. I actually started writing because of the Echo Room. And I just decided to write some tunes again. And, these are a couple of them, but my goodness. I know, buddy. I know. I got my phone. Guys, I don't know how you take notes and stuff like that, but I do it all on my phone, which is a terrible, terrible habit. And I'm just trying to think of the chorus. Oh, there we go. This one's for you, Bennett. I've been looking at this big old world with my own two eyes. Not just physically, but in a way, I'm trying to isolate my mind. Too many inputs and wires crossing, causing static in my head. The way things are looking, when I'm getting up, I should go right back to bed. 130 different applications are on my phone. Yeah, I counted them all up and still found I had time to scroll. What's the cure for this pandemic? Has our consciousness been redefined? I wonder what they'll say about us in 100 years' time. I bet they'll say it was worth it. But what a steep price they paid. Ignorance must have been bliss when they functioned that way. I hope to God it's worth it. We've got machines colliding particles till they seem to disappear. We've got more machines doing what a man can't if he had 1,000 years. And every day, I swear, a miracle is born. But why stop to celebrate if we can just demand more? Oh, I hope it's worth it, the price we surely have to pay. Ignorance is pure bliss, that's why we function this way. Oh, I hope it's worth it. You say that heaven's right here, but I'm unclear how that could be. I'm closing my eyes, trying my best to see. How could something so perfect exist so casually? Philosophers might have said it's hidden behind belief. And how can I find rest if I'm not working? What does that say about us? What does that say about me? What does that say about us? What does that say about me? I know I write some cheery songs. My mom is always asking why I don't write happy tunes. And they'll get, I got one saved up for the end. That's kind of my, my safety here for playing the 4 songs that I've picked. But yeah, no, I wrote that song. What's that new that new sports store in Albany, Academy. Yeah, I was in the parking lot of Academy Sports, and I watched this dude walk out with an AR-15 and point it in the air. And I was like, wow, technology's come so far. And then I went inside, and the way that they siphon people through that store is amazing. It is a modern marvel. And I was just thinking about how far we've come, you know? And like, it is crazy if you think about it, how glued we are to screens. And so that song is just kind of like, I mean, the progress in the end will probably be worth it, but you know, what's it doing to us? Cheery stuff. But, you know, I write to process things I don't like talk to other people about. So you guys are kind of getting a front row seat to the stuff that's just going on constantly in the back of my mind and things I'm thinking about. But this one is, I don't know, this one's about nostalgia. And my wife, my partner, and a couple of her friends, or her sisters actually, they went to Thomasville. I don't know if you know anything about Christmas time in Thomasville. But people, or Georgia for that matter, South Georgia, people will dress up in like full-on like period gear in like 75-degree weather and pretend it's Christmas in Thomasville, which is so crazy to me. It just really like... For some reason, that really hit me hard. These people are out here like sweating, probably, in these outfits and how uncomfortable that must be. So this song is about that. I was walking downtown in Thomasville. Lights were up and the streets were filled with people. Antique storefronts all lit up, but these snowflake lights aren't enough to fool anyone. And southern winters are so unsettling. Partly cloudy skies, high of 75 degrees. 'Cause nostalgia is a hell of a drug. Feels like your favorite movie that you saw once when you were young with a complete family. Once you started out, nothing else is enough. Trap time traveling in rose-tinted memories. They're grown-up boys playing pretend, got their guns like green army men ready for action. What action? And middle-aged girls stuck playing house, got their kids, their dog, but where is their partner now? Oh, he's out and about. I bet you're tired of this worn-out scene. I've seen it too many times, but it keeps replaying. 'Cause nostalgia is a hell of a drug. Feels like your favorite movie that you saw once when you were young with a complete family. Once you started out, nothing else is enough. Trap time traveling in rose-tinted memories. Does it feel like you're about to choke? And bank full thoughts about heading back home. A classic film remade and no one cares. We gotta make good on pretend amends regarding love affairs. 'Cause nostalgia is a hell of a drug. Feels like your favorite movie that you saw once when you were young with a complete family. Once you started out, nothing else is enough. 'Cause nostalgia is a hell of a drug. Feels like your favorite movie that you saw once when you were young with a complete family. Once you started out, nothing else is enough. Trap time traveling in rose-tinted memories. Obviously, it's not just about Thomasville, you know, but that was the launching point for that fun one. This is my last tune, and oh man, this is a song about my dad. My wife's laughing at me. It's a happy song. It is. It's full of isms, like things my dad will say. I'm dying. And my dad will, so when I was younger, in the morning, if I ran into my dad, before, around breakfast time, and I needed something, he'd be like, oh, let me go put my eyes in, because his contacts aren't in yet. And so that pops up in the first line, and nowadays, my dad's retired. Do I have a couple minutes? I'm gonna share one story. I'm gonna try and make my dad cry. He's gonna join me. We're both big softies when it comes to stuff like this. I wasn't. I didn't think I was, but man, I wrote a song about my daughter one time. I can't even play it. But maybe I'll make it through this one. I'll make it through once I get started. Okay, we'll be fine. It's upbeat. I thought it was a happy tune. I sent it to my friend, and he was like, "Oh, I love upbeat, sad songs." And I was like, "Great, thanks." But these days, my dad's retired, and I took over kind of his position in the company that he worked at, and he did that job for 47 years. And I don't know if you guys can relate with this, but when you're growing up, your parents are kind of your heroes. They're put on a pedestal, and then as you get older, and you start to realize oh, my parents do make mistakes, and they're human, and they get pulled down a little bit, and they become more relatable. Well, something happened to me when I started doing my dad's job, and he won't tell you this. He would never say this, but my dad's like a genius. He's really, really good at his job, and he kind of became my hero all over again. And so I just wanted to kind of give him some flowers. Love you, Dad. But this song's for him, and he's always, maybe to my mom's chagrin, he's always cutting out and going down to the Gulf and riding his bike. And he's always talking about going to the beach, and he just wants some blue water and to go walk on the beach. And maybe he'll stay an extra day. And after I wrote this song, I texted him. I didn't tell him I wrote him a song or anything like that. And he was at the beach. And then he was thinking about staying a day longer, and I was like, my God. He's so predictable. And then I shared with him a lyric from the song, but I didn't share the whole song. We're really running the gambit here as far as genres go, I guess, maybe. I don't know. But this is kind of as close as I'll get to ever writing a country tune, I think. So, yeah. I'm going to take a sip of water and put you guys through some awkward silence. Yeah. I ain't got my eyes in, but I got my ears on. Can't see clearly 5 feet in front of me, but something's going on. Pull up my phone, what's the news got today? Nothing new, about 2% true. The world's gonna end in a couple days, and I don't know about you, but I'm looking for a different type of blue. Talking about sunny blue skies and some clear blue water. Some sand to walk on, maybe stay a day longer. A couple less worries in the back of my mind. Oh, it ain't much, but that's what I wanna find. And truck is on the tarmac, I've been ready to roll. I don't need nothing cute or fancy, gas station coffee for the road. Put down your phone, I'll tell you when to turn.
Siri takes the long way every time we ain't got daylight to burn. And I don't know about you. I wanna cut out of here, get my head clear, trying to find a different kind of blue. Talking about sunny blue skies and some clear blue water. A beach to walk on, maybe stay a day longer. A couple less worries in the back of my mind. Oh, it ain't much, but that's what I wanna find. When I wake up in the morning, I'll clear my head with a cup of black coffee or two. It ain't much, but it's better than nothing till I get a day to find my kind of blue. Oh, my kind of blue. I'm talking about sunny blue skies and some clear blue water. A beach to walk on, maybe stay a day longer. A couple less worries in the back of my mind. Oh, it ain't much. Oh, it ain't much, but that's what I wanna find.
Thank you guys very much.
Outstanding job, Tyler. Thank you. The next two artists, I'm actually going to introduce them together, and they're going to play a whole bunch of songs as a duo. Some written by one, some written by the other. Ryan and Jason, y'all can go ahead and get in place and everything. Gosh, what to say about these guys? I've known them both as friends, as co-workers, as musicians and artists, and I can tell you that they're both down for a good time, like always. And they can both talk your head off, or talk their head off, I suppose. In the best way possible. I do mean that. Yeah. I'm looking forward to what you guys have to offer because I haven't heard any of it, you know? Usually people will send me stuff like, will this be good for the night? And I'm like, yeah, it'd be great. I don't know what's about to happen. I do know it's going to be great, though. Okay. Wow. Okay. So Ryan's going to play some tunes. Jason's going to play some tunes. They'll play some tunes together. I think they even wrote one of them sort of together with a help. And they'll talk about that. So y'all please welcome Ryan. And yeah.
Hey guys, I printed my songs out from Apple Notes. It's kind of a hybrid approach. I also had my guitar worked on today, which was not a good idea. Got new strings, had the action adjusted, truss rod adjusted. It was. Now I'm a professional. The first song I'm gonna do, I wrote a few years back, and it's kind of a bummer. So, following that trend, it turns out Tyler and I have a lot in common, so that's cool. In fact, after his first song, my wife texted me. She was like, "You should just get up and do that song." So I'm not going to do that, but it was interesting. I also used to be a worship pastor back in the day. I also currently have the Thank you, Isaac. I also currently have the same job that my dad used to have, so that's cool. But yeah, so the first song being kind of a bummer. When my wife and I got pregnant, well, she was pregnant, I wasn't pregnant. But emotional support, but we lost the first baby, and it sucked pretty bad. And a bunch of people would say a lot of things trying to help out, and it wasn't super helpful. But it was very helpful to sit down and write a song about it. So that's this song. it doesn't really have a title.
You were my first love. I'll never let you out of my heart. I never met you. I've only known you from afar. Why can't I see clearly now? The tears have dried. You and I could have been the best of friends, but now I can't remember. No, I can't remember. Where do I go now? I've never been here before in my life. You were my daughter. You were my son. Now how can I be fine? Why can't I see clearly now? The tears have dried. You and I could have been the best of friends, but now I can't remember. I can't remember. No, I can't remember.
Hey, I'm gonna do the other one, but you go ahead and sit. Or you sit back there, wherever you want to sit. We planned this out super well. So I've changed up the order of my songs. I'm gonna do Hope Is Funny. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I thought about it like 7 different ways, and I recorded like 3 demos of the songs and sent it to a friend of mine in Tennessee and asked him for his opinion. And so I'm going to do it the opposite way of what he told me at the last minute, which I'm going to regret. But so we do have a daughter. Her name is McKenna, and she's great. And so I wrote the first song, and it was a bummer. And I wrote another song about her, and I'm going to do that one next. But I had somebody mentioned earlier that the Echo Room thing, whatever it is, it's super cool, and I'm really appreciative to Isaac for including me in it, because it has gotten me and Jason together to play some tunes and write some stuff. And so this is a new one that I wrote very recently, like within the past month, which I hadn't written a song in a long time. And I wanted something that would kind of bridge the two, the grief and the joy of the two songs. So this is a song called Hope Is Funny. It's an idea I had in the shower one day that, hope it's funny. It's kind of like a joke, but it's not. But it's a risky thing to be hopeful, because you don't know what's going to be on the other side of it. But it's also a very rewarding and beautiful thing as well. So this is called Hope Is Funny. There's comfort at the bottom, it's only up from here. Maybe things get better, then the bottom disappears. Might as well forget about it, you can't drive without a wheel. In life it ain't no highway, there's no guardrails made of steel. Hope is funny.
joke you've never heard, the punchline is coming. Hang on to every word, and it's really something. When the rug gets pulled away and no one's laughing, and there's nothing left to say in case you're wondering. When tears start running, hope is funny. Sometimes I start to wonder why we climb the mountain tops. 'Cause if you reach the summit, at some point you'll have to stop. If the end that you are reaching for is someone else's crown, it's a long and upward struggle, but a short, intense fall down. Hope is funny, like a joke you've never heard, the punchline is coming. Hang on to every word, it's really something. When the rug gets pulled away and no one is laughing, 'cause there's nothing left to say in case you're wondering. When tears start running, hope is funny. But wouldn't life be boring if it always went your way? If your heart was never wishing for someone to save the day? If asking for a miracle was just another prayer, then the beauty in the answering would no longer be there. And they don't call them miracles for nothing. And aren't we all just looking for that something? And hope is funny, like a joke you've never heard, the punchline is coming. Hang on to every word, it's really something. When the rug gets pulled away and no one is laughing, there's nothing left to say in case you're wondering. When tears start running, hope is funny.
Jason's going to bring some bluegrass out for us. This is the last song I think that I wrote that I want to share. Like I said, it's about my daughter McKenna June, and I wrote it. I mentioned earlier that Tyler and I have a lot in common, and so I wrote it in the garage of where's Tyler at? Is he in here? Just stepped off. So I wrote it in the garage of his house. But it wasn't his house then, it was my house. So, but it's called I Haven't Met You. And the whole idea was I was thinking about the fact that I was about to have a daughter. And, you know, that's kind of a big thing. So, I don't know, just think about what it would be like. And I feel like I nailed it on the song because she's pretty great. And I said she would be, so.
No, I haven't met you yet, but you're the finest girl I've ever known, that I've ever known. And pretty soon you'll be staring at me with your moonbeam eyes and your hands on your toes, your hands on your toes. And I wonder what you'll get yourself into. Will you play guitar or make a brand new breakthrough? I can tell you now I've never been more proud you. No, I haven't met you yet, but no one's ever loved you more than I do. And Mom, too. And pretty soon you'll be wondering why daddies are not perfect, but they try. And I'm gonna try. But before we go much further, I should tell you that I'm gonna make mistakes and drop the ball a time or two. But you'll always be the reason I pick it up again. No, I haven't met you yet, but we've got so much history, you and me. Wait and see. But pretty soon there'll be a ticking clock. No one knows what time we've got, but I'm here, and you're here. And I'll make the most of every moment we share. When you're happy and you're sad, I'm gonna be there. Forever is a big word, but I mean it. I mean it with you. No, I haven't met you yet, but you're the finest girl I've ever known. That I've ever known.
So now Jason's going to sing some songs. What's the first one you're doing? I can't remember. Is this we're doing Hell is a Hallway? Cool. We did. A little dance number we do.
Chick, chick.
I have the one I wanted.
This is the oldest song I have, so I think I'm probably the oldest person on the stage, too. That's fine. But I was showing my wife, I was like, yeah, I got all these songs I wrote in my 20s, like 2002, 2009, and they sound like it. But anyhow.
I was 5.
But yeah, so this one's just about, I wrote it about 3 years ago, so you'll hear the lyric tells you what age I was, but middle age is kind of a beast. But it's also kind of great, so anyhow. It's called Hell is a Hallway. And yes, I almost get it confused every time with Life is a Highway, but that's not what it is.
Yeah. You can't see through that?
Woke up feeling 20, my knee said 42. My back made a noise I swear it never used to do. I'm too old for the nightlife, I'm too young for early bird prey. Caught somewhere between shots, loading fiber every day. Hell is a hallway, awkward as it seems. Stuck between my faded youth and my orthopedic dreams. One side's a party, the other side's been gay. Hell is a hallway, and I'm here halfway. Young folks call me sir, old folks call me kid. My baddie wants a nap for every little thing I did. I bought some anti-wrinkle lotion, I lost it yesterday. I guess the universe is telling me it's keeping the decay, 'cause hell is a hallway, not quite grand to grim. It's just a middle-aged limbo, Lord, where the lights stay kinda dim. One side's nostalgia, one side's AARP. Hell is a hallway, yeah, baby, and it won't let me be. Yeah, hell is a hallway. It's not quite grand to grim, it's just a middle-aged limbo, honey, where the light stays kinda dim. One side's nostalgia, one side's I kinda gotta pee. Oh, hell is a hallway, and it won't let me be. Tink, you want to come up here?
Oh, yes. She gonna sit for a second? Or she wants to
You want a noodle on it?
you want me? Is this the one you? Okay.
So I wrote the song. Sorry, this is my daughter. This is Olivia. I wrote this song for her, but I just couldn't put it to something. So I absolutely stole the entire melody. You'll recognize it. It's fine. But the song is called She's Amazing. My wife always said, gosh, she talked before she walked. And I think it's because you never did answer a question. So it's called Big Talker. You want to introduce it? What did you want to say?
My daddy wrote this song for me because he thought the way that I talked wasn't because it was a bad thing. It was a good thing because I ask a lot of questions and that helps me learn more stuff. So this is a song he wrote and I'm glad he wrote it because it really represents me.
One day, they're gonna vote you most talkative when you grow into your voice. I can already hear the racket, getting in trouble with the boys. And while they're laughing, I'll be backing you up, girl. I ain't worried about a thing. And until the end,
softly, baby. For your whole life,
I'll be teaching you to speak softly, baby. And when you're older, you can let it out. All my friends say they already know she's got a daddy's voice. You should hear the way she laughs. Yeah, she's gonna drive the teachers mad. And while they're laughing, I'll be backing you up, girl. I ain't worried about a thing. Until then, I'll be teaching you to speak softly, baby. Teaching you to speak softly, baby. I'll be teaching you to speak softly, baby. And when you're older, you can let it out. Oh, talking in her sleep, Lord, she never says the wrong thing to me.
she never says the wrong thing to me.
And even when she's tearing down the house, she'll always be my little loudmouth. She said to take that line out, but I didn't. I'll be teaching you to speak softly, baby.
Teaching you to speak softly, baby.
All right, you want to do the other thing now? If you love me, won't you? If you love me, won't you say something? Yeah. If you love me, won't you say something? Do it, girl.
Teaching you to speak softly, baby. Teaching you to speak softly, baby. Your whole life, I'll be teaching you to speak softly, baby. Teaching you to speak softly, baby.
Y'all feel that?
For your whole life.
If you love me, won't you say something? If you love me, won't you say something? If you love me, won't you say something? Let's do it together, ready? If you love me, won't you say something? If you love me, won't you? If you love me, won't you say something? If you love me, won't you? Love me, won't you? If you love me, won't you say something? If you love me, won't you? If you love me, won't you say something? If you love me, won't you? Love me, won't you? Yeah, just me. Oh boy, I will get through this. Tyler, so much respect. I heard it and I was like, oh, it's coming, it's coming, it's coming, it's coming, it's coming. But anyhow, I have a lot of my family here this evening. I wrote this song. This is the newest song I've written. My grandmother passed away in August. Today would have been her 90th birthday. 90th birthday. But her name is Wynette, spelled like Timmy Wynette, but pronounced Wynette. No middle name. Anyhow, so I wrote this song in about an hour after I woke up in the middle of the night and cried into my CPAP. But I was just wanting to tell her, that I missed her. But this is what I would have said had I had a chance to see her before. If I had seen her before, she went. It's called Hey Wynette. I called her Nanny. I would never call her Wynette to her face. That's kind of where it came from, because at her funeral I was like, oh my gosh, she would, Wynette. So anyhow, it's kind of funny to me though. I guess she had her affairs in order.
so no one would be left to blame. I set out to see her in an East Coast storm. It was dumping out buckets of rain. Well, I knew she wouldn't look the same. Don't know what I'd had to say. I never got a glance or one last chance to let her hear me sing. Uncle John told me you were gone, no need to go out the way. I must have drove for 15 more before I turned around to stay. It's all bullet points and anger when you lose someone you trust. Yeah, the kids all grieved, hoping you'd receive how much you'd meant to us. Quiet hands, hushed remarks. Guessing maybe all along she had always prayed the part. I hope they got you a new Bible or at least an extra key. Hey, Wynette, I ain't ready yet. Ask Jesus to look after me. As I got older, the stories got bolder when talking on her younger years. Heard about respect and forgiveness, heard about all the fires and the fears. But if anyone ever spoke ill of you, I'd like to think I'd set them straight. Cause I heard the fuss behind every cuss. There's no decency in hate. I was first, not fave, but still know what you gave. You taught me better, I should watch my tone. Some of the best in me is the best of you. And believe me, girl, these curls don't run. So if I get to missing you when you can't get to the phone, I'll call Sandra Kay and Randall Gray. And I'll ask you how you liked your song. Quiet hands, hushed remarks. Guess maybe all along she always prayed the part. Hope they got you a new Bible or at least an extra key. Hey, Wynette, I ain't ready yet. Ask Jesus to look after me. Say, hey, Wynette, I ain't finished yet. Remind Jesus to look after me. Right? I see it. All right. Jason, you're ruining the video. So yeah, this is funny. This is funny. So me and Ron worked together, as he said, and we've been playing some music together, and like he gave me a wink on like one line I helped him with, and I was like, you did all this on your own. You got some sad ones too, bud. But when we worked together, back in the day, it's funny, I asked Isaac's permission for this. But we worked at a marketing group, and it was, when did we do this?
It was
22?
It was a minute ago.
Anyhow, so we were discovering ChatGPT before everybody has it on their phone now, and I said, boy, anyhow, I asked to do something, and it did. He just grabbed a guitar, because we worked at a cool place, and just sat down, and I sang it, and I was like, gosh, this is so funny. But it's about a guy that we worked with named Bradley Alberson. Right. So, but Bradley he knows this song too, though. He was wanting to date this girl, and he was real nervous about asking her out. His car was just so trashy. It just had like...
Bradley's a very high-functioning person, but he's got like that kind of ADHD where he's extremely skilled in certain areas, but then like he just can't. He couldn't clean his car. I had the same thing, so I could say this, but.
So I told ChatGPT, I have the prompt saved. I said, write a song in the style of Paul Simon about a guy who waits too long to fall in love because he can't clean his car and it's giving him anxiety. And I titled it Car Cleaning Love. Ryan wrote the rest of it.
I can't remember how it goes.
He's got a car that's just like new.
Oh, there it is.
But there's a problem and what can he do? He's got anxiety, it's all he can see when he thinks about cleaning it, oh so eagerly. He's been waiting too long to fall in love, but his car's a mess and he's not enough. He's got a heart of gold, but it's buried deep under piles of dirt and debris. He's got a heart that's pure and true, but he's afraid to let someone through. To the world he's closed, it's just too hard to clean his car and play the part. He's been waiting too long to fall in love, but his car's a mess and he's not enough. He's got a heart of gold, but it's buried deep under piles of dirt and debris. He knows it's time to take a stand, to face his fear and take command of his car and his heart, both in need of care, to find true love and have someone to share. He's been waiting too long to fall in love, but his car's a mess and he's not enough. He's got a heart of gold, now it's shining bright. Love has found him and all is right. And now he's cruising down the road with love by his side and his heart full of joy. No more anxiety and no more fear. His car is clean and love is near. His car is clean,
His car is clean
and love is near.
and love is near.
Suck it, ChatGPT. Thank you all again. I'm sorry I didn't get to say this
Yeah.
was wonderful to do. Thank you, Isaac. Thank you for allowing us to be the most difficult sons of guns to.
No, not difficult at all. I have witnessed that vehicle that they sang about, and it is as bad as it sounds. I also was there when that song was being, like, AI'd. It's kind of crazy how fast that happened. Hey, we're on our last songwriter for the evening, Hannah Barnes. Yes. This is the second time Hannah's played the Echo Room, actually, which we're super excited about. I'm going to share a story. You may not even remember this, but whenever I think about Hannah, I think about this interaction that she and I had. I used to work at Temp Coffee, which we love. Thank you to Temp for supplying all the coffee and everything. And I had a playlist that I would play when I was on a shift there. And if you don't know me, I kind of pride myself on having really great taste in music. Whew. That was loud. We're going to keep rolling. I like to think I have great taste in music, but then there are also just some songs that are like guilty pleasure songs, and one of those songs is the song Cheerleader by Omi, or O-M-I, I don't know how you say his artist name, and the song goes like, oh, I think that I found myself a cheerleader. And I just like it, okay? I know it's objectively an awful song. I just like the song. And that song came on my playlist, and Hannah was sitting in Temp doing some work on her computer, and she literally took off her headphones and said, hey, can you skip this song?
In my defense, it was like 10 in the morning. Like, too early for that song.
Yeah. I had already been up for like 6 hours. Anyways, that was a fun interaction to me. And to me, it also says something about Hannah, that she's not afraid to like say, hey, this is a preference that I have, and I'm just gonna own it. And I think that's a really cool thing. So yeah, Hannah writes really great music. She writes songs that are, you know, gonna make you feel. And she's also a very funny person, so like get ready for a lot of like emotional
I'm like scared.
stuff going on.
Really hyping me up.
You're all in for a big treat, so please give Hannah a big round of applause.
Thank you. Thank you. Where do I even want to begin? You really made me lose my train of thought. Thank you guys for being here. I'm so excited to be back at the Echo Room. Also excited it's here at the Clay Communion. The Clay Communion is a special little place in my heart. All of the songs I'm going to play tonight, I wrote here in this room. Really pulled some of these out of the archives to play for you tonight. So just some backstory before we get into my set. Maybe a year and a half ago, coming up on 2 years now, I went through this nasty breakup. It was rough. We were in the pits. And I moved back home, back here to Georgia, and I was living with my mom for a little bit, just threw myself fully into breakup era, as us girlies do, you know what I'm saying? Started going to therapy, started journaling all the time, and I was here all the time. I had a little office set up in the back, and I was also doing remote therapy sessions. I would take them from this room. So this space, I was just spending a lot of time here, and also just processing the hell out of this relationship and grieving, and it felt almost like restarting my life in a lot of ways. And I got to do that here, and I just wrote probably 100 songs during that era. So we're gonna play a few of them tonight, not all 100. I'm really sorry. But we'll kick off with the saddest one of the night. This song I wrote 2 days post-breakup. So emo, so dramatic. I literally remember I was on the phone with my mom. I was in the bathtub. I was sobbing. There's not a bathtub here. We're going to get to how I wrote it here, I promise. But I was in the bathtub at first, sobbing, on the phone with my mom. And I remember saying to her, I don't like that everybody's acting like somebody died. Everyone was just being so nice to me, so supportive, which is good. I'm so thankful for that. But it was just oddly similar to when I lost my dad a few years back, and just the same kind of support coming out, which is great. I'm not complaining about my community, but I just remember being it's so dramatic, guys. Calm down. I'm gonna get through it. It's gonna be okay. And that's what this song is about, just kind of talking about how dramatic it felt in that moment. When I look back on the song, it's so silly and kind of cringy to me in a lot of ways, but I think there's something really special about snapshotting a season of your life where you were just in the pits and being dramatic. I am just a dramatic person, so I'm validating, yeah, you guys should be more dramatic. It's so helpful. Anyways, that's what this song is about. It's called Funeral, and I promise we're gonna get lighter from here, so we just gotta get this sad one out of the way, and then we'll be all right. I'm gonna speed it up a little bit.
Everyone's acting like somebody died, me included. Should we have a funeral to say our goodbyes? My mom's on the phone listening while I cry like a baby. My friends send me flowers like they did for my dad. Now everyone's acting like somebody died, me included. From my conclusions, they're not wrong, 'cause part of me is gone, and part of me's not coming back, and part of me's moved on, and part of me's been laid to
have a funeral and fill it up with white lies. I signed our death certificate with your last name on my tongue. Too young to die and too late to save ourselves. Now everyone's acting like somebody died, me included. From my conclusions, they're not wrong, 'cause part of me is gone, and part of me's not coming back, and part of me's moved on, and part of me was laid to rest. Part of me is gone. And now we're both 6 feet under in the grave I dug along with my bare hands on that solid ground. You waited patiently while I lowered us down, down. And now part of me is gone, and part of me is not coming back, and part of me is moved on, part of me is laid to rest. Part of me is gone. Thanks. Oopsies. Yeah, thanks. Guys, it is me. I'm gonna be honest. It's me every time. I'll take the blame. It's this chord. As soon as I stepped on it last time, I said, nope, it's not me. I just feel like I need to come clean. I know, I feel the same way. Imagine if you were me. Alrighty, so this next song I wrote maybe like a month after the last song, but the tone, it's getting lighter. You know, she's moving through the breakup. We're a month in now. And basically I got into this habit where I would do a therapy session and then force myself to write a song about said session, which if you're in therapy and you want to like really rub some salt in the wound, I encourage you to do this. If you don't write a song, it's okay. You can like journal or write a poem or something. I don't know. But it's a great exercise. It will hurt your feelings. But I did get this song out of it, so that is helpful. This was one of those sessions, though, where I talked about like 100 different things. So like it's tough to even explain to you what it's about. But if I summarized it at like a super, super high level, I realized that I was like so obsessed with working through this breakup. I was like almost overdoing the breakup in a way. Like I was really leaning into like, I have to process everything. I can't be hung up on this man in 40 years. Like I have to move on. And that's a good thing. Like you should do that, I think. But I think when you like start leaning in too hard, you can almost like get into this pattern of self-sabotage. And that was my realization of the session. And yeah, there's a lot of other things this song's about, but I can't even like, it would take too long to unpack. So we're just gonna get into it. This song is called Overall, and also sometimes I call it Double Damage. It just kind of depends on my mood for the moment. So you guys can also decide what the song is called.
You're on your way home and I'm headed to bed. The distance is so loud these days. There's food left on my plate and I'm dropping and waiting. My friends think I'm better, and overall it's good, and overall it's not that bad. After all, it was a season, and after all, I wanted more. Overall, a few, and over all the time we had. After all, it was no secret. After all, it's just the double damage. Double damage. You'd be so proud. Therapy's going really well. I still haven't told her about you. Guess that's the difference in us. I keep to myself these days. 'Cause overall it's good, and overall it's not that bad. After all, it was a season, and after all, I wanted more. Overall, a few, and over all the time we had. After all, it was no secret. After all, it's just the double damage. Double damage. And I love the kicks when I'm still down. I like to pick at all my scabs. Why only break my heart if I can do it twice? I like to squeeze for one last drop. I like the speed before the stops. Why only break my heart if I can do it twice? In double damage. Double damage. Overall it's good, and overall it's not that bad. After all, it was a season, and after all, I wanted more. Thanks.
Give it up for Cold, everybody. Tune in my guitar. That's right, that's right. Anyways, this next song, another one that feels like a lot of different things to try to like summarize into one thing. This next one I wrote kind of like looking back at a few months and how far I had come. And the biggest factor I feel like that had changed for myself was just getting really, really, really honest with myself, which, as Isaac shared in the beginning, I'm a very, very honest person. I'll tell you how I feel. But like sometimes I struggle doing that just with myself. So I like really had to work on that. And as a result of that, I just started seeing like the goodness of God and like who I think God really is in a way that I've never seen before. I've always been kind of confining God to this like box at church with like burgundy carpets and like weird wooden pallets on the stage. And whenever you like stop putting God in that box, you'll see him in like much cooler places, like in the sunset and like in your coffee. And like what a cool place to find God, you know? So that's what this song is about. This song is called God Is That You?
Glass shards all over the kitchen floor. The kettle screaming, I ignore it. Too busy dancing with the elephants in the room. God, is that you? Writing the words on the page, selling me out on the stage, changing my route on the way home again. Oh God, is that you? Oh God, is that you? Pile of ashes that I found so pretty. What does it say about me? Am I okay? Why do I feel so alive when I'm being burned? God, is that you? Writing the words on the stage, selling me out on the stage, changing my route on the way home, begging me to act my age, wishing that I never stayed, making it so complicated, taking my time on the way home again. Oh God, is that you? Oh God, is that you? Oh God, is that you? In blue jeans and sunsets and drunk cigarettes and in clean sheets and my friends and taking a breath in the morning with coffee and honey and nothing on my mind. In green lights and flowers and taking things fast and in red wine and showers and light dinner jazz in the evening with candles half melted and nothing on my mind. Oh God, is that you? Writing the words on the page, selling me out on the stage, taking my time on the way home again. Oh God, is that you?
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Can you mute this one? Okay, perfect. this next song I actually recently recorded, and it's dropping on all platforms. So if you like it, March, let me think. May 3rd on your calendar. I had to think about that one. This song, I feel like anyone who's ever tried to like, really any form of art, I don't even think it's just writing a song, like any art form, you try to start a project and there's like, well, how do I talk about that thing? Because that's connected to that, and that's because of like my parents, and that's because of like the world, and everything is just connected to each other, and you just kind of get this like inevitable like wall, and I think that's where a lot of writer's block comes from. It's just like everything is too overwhelming, and it's all connected and it's all related, and like how do you talk about it at the same time? And this song was one of those. I had this idea for this song to just kind of talk about like who I am and how I'm like me right now in this moment, but it's like influenced by my whole life and everyone I know and all the places I've been and all the things that have happened to me. And yeah, I just kind of started keeping this like little list in my phone of like all the ways I've noticed like people and places who have impacted me, like kind of just show up in my day-to-day. And I sat on that list for like 3-4 years, just kind of adding to it over time. And then one day I was having a little meeting here, and I work remote, so typical like virtual call moment. And I was saying related, and the person on the other side of the call just kept typing relate it. And I was like, no, relate it, like they're related. And he was like, I got it, we're relating it, yeah. And it was just kind of this back and forth, and I just got hung up on that word. And I knew in that moment, like I was gonna be able to connect this random list in my phone that I've been working on for years. Finally, I'd be able to like pull together with this random word, related. And so I did. Ben's guitar, which I was just playing, shout out Ben and his guitar. He normally has his guitar sitting up in the office, so I would steal it every once in a while and write some songs. And so yeah, I wrote this chorus here, and then I went home that night and wrote the rest of it all in one go. It just kind of came out after just sitting in my phone forever. So this song is called Related. Related, not related. There's a difference. We'll go a little faster. They say I sound just like my brothers when you get me on the phone. We all swing the opposite of how we do when we throw. I drive just like my mother, way too fast and too hard. And our care is the same. I like to blame all the scars. My roommate showed me lavender belongs in lattes, and limes go in Coke. Now I drink it the same way. I didn't know cinnamon rolls weren't a breakfast food. Someone told me last year, and how I wished my dad could hear it. I like my t-shirts just like his, 3 sizes up. Inherited too soon, but now I'm so immune. I can relate it, it's all related. I'm so related to where I've been. I can relate it, it's all related. I'm so related, it's more than kin. I make the same jokes as my best friend from 2,000 miles away. I can't hear her, but I know it's in the same exact cadence. I break down like my old car in the middle of the day. It's never on my own time, and it's never where I'm safe. My bike was left in Idaho with pieces of me. thanking Jesus, 'cause they're out of reach. I like to question everything. I wonder where that's from. Maybe it's second nature or some random stranger. I can relate it. It's all related. I'm so related to where I've been. I can relate it. It's all related. I'm so related. It's more than kin. I'm everyone I've ever known, interlocked and still my own. Every thought I've had is someone else's. Just like those dolls that stack inside every place I still reside. I'm me right now and me when I was 5. 'Cause I can relate it. It's all related. I'm so related to where I've been. I can relate it. It's all related. I'm so related. It's more than kin. I'm so related. It's more than kin. Thanks. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you, Hannah. Hey, how about one more round of applause for everybody that played tonight? Including Olivia. Olivia also played.
Yeah. Yeah.
That concludes it for the evening. I do have a few quick things to say before we go. First of all, once again, thank you to everybody that writes songs and wants to perform them. Thank you also to the Clay Communion, which is the venue that we're in. If you need a venue for your event, your wedding shower, your baby shower, your dance party, your birthday party, if you just want to sit in this room sometimes, Ben and Levy are the people to talk to. They're fantastic human beings, and they really love curating spaces and making you feel comfortable and at home. So yeah, this space is amazing, and I would highly recommend working with Ben and Levy. If tonight was awesome to you, or even kind of cool, there are some simple ways that you could help us out. You could follow our Instagram or our Facebook. You could also subscribe to us on YouTube. Those would all be cool things to do. You could tell people about the next one, which is April 10th, and it's going to be right here at the Clay Communion once again. That was a drum roll, in case you don't know. April 10th is the next one. You can actually buy tickets right now. They're live on the website, and it's going to be here at the Clay Communion. One final ask would be if you know somebody that writes songs, encourage them to apply to play here. On our website, there's the artist tab. There's an application, section under there, and it's not super exclusive or super intimidating or anything. It just lets us know a little bit about you and hear some of your stuff. If you know people that write songs, by all means, encourage them to apply. And then one final thing, this has just become available today because I finally got them. On this table back here, I actually have some posters. They're kind of big, so I know it's a big ask, but if you're the kind of person that goes places where other people go, and you're like, hey, a poster could hang there, that poster could go with you for free. All you gotta do is put it up. They're evergreen, meaning that the QR code on there just sends you straight to the website, and it is always, you can just hang it up and leave it forever, or at least for as long as the Echo Room is a thing. And hopefully that's a long time. So yeah, thank you all for being here. And you don't have to leave super fast or anything. We're just going to be breaking stuff down. Feel free to say hello to somebody that played a song and say thank you for whatever song it is that they played that you really loved. That really means a lot. If you wrote stuff on the papers, you could either give it straight to the person or you could take it back to the ticket table and we'll take care of it from there. So yeah, thank you all.